So, Bill, what are your thoughts right now? You know, going to week 17, you still have a chance. Is that like?
Yeah, I think that's all we can ask for at this point. You know, starting 0-4, digging the hole we dug, and to have a chance to be alive in week 17. Although there's all those games you're sick about at this point, you're excited to have a chance. That was a hard-fought team win today. We knew we were going to be in for a heck of a challenge. We found a way to get it done.
How tough was the kind of external distractions this week, not for the first time really not controlling your own destiny? Was that a challenge, you think, for anybody?
I thought starting with Coach Lynn's message really at the top of the week, with giving us all that was out there, showing us the big picture, and then throwing the big picture out the window and saying, let's worry about us. And so I think our guys kind of did the same thing. It was a lot of chatter about it early. And then we said, hey, let's just win. Whether, let's just say Tennessee would have won today and Buffalo would have won today, and it would all been – we still wanted to win the game today. It wouldn't have made us not want to win today. We still have a chance to get to win number 9, which will be winning 9 of our last 12, which is a heck of a run. So I think that's where we are. That's where we'll be all week this week. It will make for a lot more of a spirited week, though, knowing that we'll be alive at least until 12:50. We'll see. We'll know. Or right at 1 o'clock, we'll know some of the other outcomes. But we have a division opponent, and we're excited about the chance to win our 9th game.
How special was it for you to see Antonio play the way he played today?
I knew he would. It was weird. Like I told you earlier in the week, it was weird when when Hunter goes down, and you're like, all right, the tight end group's got to pick it up. Oh, it's Antonio Gates, the Hall of Famer, all-time touchdown leader in the history of tight end. So it was. You knew he would be ready to go. He has been all year. I think really, it's he's to be commended the way he's handled the whole thing all year. He's been the guy. For 14 seasons, 15, 14 seasons, and then to really kind of take a little bit of a backseat to Hunter and play a limited role, but stay ready and be the pro he's been. It's to be commended. He should be commended for it. So, and he gets another touchdown, makes some big plays, catches. He was a big part of our success today.
When you look at your season, time and time again, you guys have had tough moments, and you've rebounded from them almost every time. Is that veteran leadership, is that something you bottle and as a veteran and impart to young players?
Well, I just think you have to give credit to the head coach first. I think it trickles down. I'm thankful all the years I've been here, we've had guys at that position that have stuck with the message and kept their poise and stayed consistent through all the tough times. And I think that's why through hundreds and hundreds of players over the last 14 years, we've always been that type of team to battle through the tough times. This team is no different. So, it doesn't count for more wins, and it doesn't, nobody gives you pats on the back for doing it, but the character of your team shows it's important to the guys in there and those relationships, and it's a fun team to be a part of.
You mentioned Gates, but this is the first time this year you guys played a game kind of this banged up. How do you feel guys like Tevy and all the other guys that kind of were thrusting?
Yeah, well, obviously we'll go back and look at it. I know I missed some throws today that I usually don't miss. I'm not sure how Sam played in there, his first time really playing the whole game. Joe battled back and played for us coming off injury. Obviously, the tight ends, all of them had a more expanded role. I thought we found a way. I don't know how we'll all grade out, but the ultimate grade is finding a way to win, and we did that. These are the kind of games good teams win. Are we a good team? I think we're a good team. Are we a playoff team? We'll know in about 8 days. So, but we're definitely a resilient bunch, and we live for another week.
Phil, knowing how much Melvin to get 1,000 yards this year, how much did that mean to him, and what is your reaction to that?
Well, I think, obviously last year with his injury coming up just barely short, and he's ran hard. He's ran hard all year. He ran hard again today. Caught the ball well again 2 weeks in a row. The screen was a big catch, and Melvin's done a nice job. I think all young guys. I guess you never like to speak of them like you're above them, and I certainly don't feel that I am. But when you're an older player, it's fun to see the young guys really turn into pros and see their progression. And it's watching Keenan do it, now watching Melvin do it. It's fun to see that, because we all remember once when we were 22, 23, 24, 25, and going through that. And he's continuing to ascend as a player.
Philip, it's obviously not something you're directly involved with, but special teams has been really up and down for you guys this year. What's it like to you know, to again be in a situation where a kick gets missed, to again see the penalties, a touchdown get negated? How frustrating has it been?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy, but I think it goes back to, again, just controlling what I can control, us controlling what we can control, you know, being supportive of whoever's out there kicking it, and not, you know, yeah, is it a game of emotion? Do we all get fired up at times? Yeah. But I think it's just one of those you can't control it. Is it a little bit more on edge when you've dealt with the kicking situation we've dealt with this year? There's no question. I don't know if I've been around anything like it. But well, then what can I do? Well, get first downs. You know, get first downs. Don't put us in a situation where we're 4th and 7 with a 45-yarder. Just make the throw to Keenan instead of throwing it there to Mike. You know, so that's the way I look at it. That's really the only way I know to handle it.
What was it like in the locker room after you win a game? There's those emotions, but you guys all knew that it ultimately wouldn't matter maybe as much.
Yeah, I was hoping it didn't you know, crush the mood right after so quickly. So it makes for a merry-er Christmas and again a lot funner week, knowing we're going to have a chance. But that wouldn't have been very fun to see the Titans throw a touchdown there with under a minute left right after we just won that game to essentially eliminate us. So glad to be alive for another week.
So what's it like when you're 3 minutes to go, you know the defense is going to stop, they're in the red zone, you're backed up, you don't have to control the situation? What's it like when you're in that position?
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, our defense has shown time and time again they've come up with big stops. They've been great all year, and it's fun to see them do it. You know, it's fun to see them believe they're going to do it, and I think the guys on the sideline believe they're going to get the stop. I thought they were going to kick a field goal there, and you know they still had their timeouts and try to see what we could do, but defense got a big stop, and then really it was on us there to get the third down conversion to Keenan. Keenan did a great job kind of settling. It was a little bit of that. That play to me is a big play. Obviously, it's bigger because it's time spent with him and time spent over the last 4 or 5 years because it was a little bit of a backyard me to you. I mean, he ran the route, but if it was just kind of that. Hey, you feel that right here? I'm throwing it to you. Slow down. You know, it was one of those in a key situation and for a big conversion, and defense gets the stop, and then we finished it right there. So that was big.
This is a younger team. How valuable do you think it'll be for, you mentioned, like the young guys to go through kind of really meaningful December football?
Yeah, I think it's real valuable. I think last week was super valuable. You know, we haven't been in an environment like that since week 1. You know, week 1 when you're 0-0 and everybody's excited. And, so we hadn't been in that kind of environment since week 1. And then all of a sudden it's, hey, the division's on the line. And I don't know that we handled it all that well. And so I think it hopefully it can pay off for us if we find a way to get in this week and get into January. I think we now know what all that kind of feels like, and it's easy to say we didn't handle it well. We were winning 13-10 third quarter. I thought we were handling it great at that time, but I think looking back, we all were a little bit, including me, we were a little bit like we got to do this rather than just play like we played when we felt free, when we were digging ourselves out of an 0-4 hole. And so I thought we did a little bit of that, better job of that today. The same deal today. I mean, it was all on the line today. We lose today and it's over, regardless of what happens. So I thought, but I didn't think we played tight today. I thought we played free.
I think of Keenan pulling double duty on defense.
Yeah, actually, I know he wanted to score with it. Obviously, the guys were giving him a hard time. I guess he got hit pretty good, but he's he was a big time safety coming out of high school, so I know he feels comfortable back there.
All right, thanks.
Merry Christmas, Will. Good luck with the assembly.
Alex, can you copy that?